we are going to talk about the contents of a laboratory notebook. The first thing which one laboratory notebook should have is a table of contents. Table of contents summarize what is present in the notebook. The table of contents should have a date, title of the experiment, and the page number. This table of content will give you immediate access to your required experiment. The second most important thing in the laboratory notebook is the date of experiment. Always start from the date when you did that particular experiment. Title of experiment, you need to write what is the title of experiment. For example, isolation of DNA, isolation of plasmid DNA, isolation of RNA, and what is the purpose of this isolation. For example, you want to use this plasmid DNA for recombination, for gel electrophoresis, for PCR. All these things should be recorded in your notebook. उसके बाद जो चीज़ रिकॉर्ड करने वाली सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है नोटबुक में, materials and methods used for that particular experiment, because this is going to make a protocol which will be used later on for your similar kind of experiments. The protocol can be in the written form, it can be in the pasted form. If you are using this method number of times, you can refer to your previously used experiments on the page number and the date number. That is the reason we need to use a notebook which has a proper page numbering and proper dates. However, you need to record any amendments, any changes made for that particular new experiment or protocol. After that, list any kind of calculation, any findings in the notebook so that you can refer back to your previous methods. Once you complete your experiment, you need to record the observation and results. Everything that happens or that doesn't happen is data. Don't expect that the results are as per your thinking. Whatever is the result, that should be recorded in the notebook, and this is going to facilitate you in future planning of your experiment. If you already have idea that what kind of data input you have to give at the end of experiment, prepare beforehand. Draw the tables earlier or before you start the experiment so that you can simply give your results in that particular table. Results can be in different forms. It can be in the tabular form. These can be in charts, in graphs, or as printouts, or as the photographs from the camera. These can be the pictures of the gels, these can be the pictures from the films, or these are the simple calculations. These results in different forms should properly be maintained and recorded in this notebook, which will be used for future paper writing, paper publication, or data analysis. In case your findings are not as per your expectation or your experiment fails to work, then you need to discuss and you need to note it down. Where was the flaw? Where was the error? What temperatures you have used? So these discussions and conclusions are part of the protocol, are part of the experiment. And then at the end, you need to plan out what to do next. If this is a failure, what were the factors? Rectify those factors in the next experiment. The notebook should be properly maintained. Record everything as soon as possible. It should be weekly checked up if something is missing. Attach any printout immediately when you get it from the printers. Create the tables and graphs instantly. Summarize the weekly work, plan for the next week, and record or list your experiment in the table of contents.